All right, guys. So this is a foot in the door. I don't know if we're supposed to look there or there, but I think we should probably just look at each other and talk to each other.
Yeah,
We could like look there every once in a while just
I
to
don't
like
know.
to give like the look, the
We're going off the hinge.
what does that mean? Like just like freestyling it?
So Aaron, tell us about All right, let's just give it into the door. Welcome to Into the Door.
Isn't it called foot in
Um,
the door?
so fuck, what did I say? Into the
Into the
door.
door. That's where you're gonna go.
That's
Into the
also
door.
fucking smart because like you fuck up. Yeah, foot in the door. Both in the music industry, entering in different ways.
hmm
Bit more entered. Um, I'm more on the management side. I work on a management team that manages 6 varying size artists from medium to big in the Netherlands. And Aaron, you want to tell us about yourself? Suiss. I don't know Suiss.
I'm a music producer, DJ, and that's what I do. I make music and DJ.
Nice. The DJ stands for degeneration. I was gonna say degenerate, but it seems a bit mean. Sorry.
Yeah, so we're just shooting the shit here.
Yeah, it's our first. Who are we talking to?
Well, I mean, the initial idea was the initial
Someone's watching this. It's probably us.
the initial
Hey,
idea was was that we just like we were having coffee every morning at Deli Debbie,
I'm in the past. Sorry, yeah.
which is a vegan cacao place, and we would like sit there every morning and just talk. And one day you were like, "We should record this and start a podcast."
Did I? I thought it was you.
Definitely wasn't me.
Wasn't?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
Regardless.
I mean, it could have been me, but I'm pretty sure it definitely wasn't.
Yeah. And
But I might take responsibility for it if this blows up.
yeah. Yeah, I'll be put on the written part. But yeah, just 2 music industry people journeying
In Kopangan, Thailand.
in Copenhagen, Thailand.
Actually, we met the first time like 11 years ago.
I would have
10?
been 21, so 9 years ago
Wow, 9 years ago.
in
When I was like a
Israel.
different person.
Yeah, scary guy.
I wasn't scary. I was bigger, more
Scary to
muscular.
me, scary to me.
I was like intimidating because I was like rapping
Yeah,
on,
maybe that.
I was rapping on the microphone.
Yeah,
Had a
yeah.
lot of girls around me all the time.
I don't know about the girl part.
A lot
I
of
just
guys.
remember like, yeah, I was just like,
Had a lot of guys around me all the time.
you were like too cool for school, you know?
I'm still too cool
And
for
I was like a
school.
little fat, white, randomly bearded
Still too cool for
kid.
school.
Yeah.
I'm twisted, bro.
I wonder if you were my foot in the door for
You
the
never
music
know how
industry.
people
I'm actually curious because I
inspire.
remember you were playing, and when I'm drunk, like I'm a fucking idiot. Like when I think something, I'll go do it. I remember you were playing, and I was like, "Give me the mic, give me the mic."
Did I give you the mic?
No, of course not. Which was probably half the
Did you
reason I didn't
actually tell
like
me?
you.
Did you ask me?
Yeah, I was like, "Give me the mic, let me say something."
No shit, really?
Yeah, I remember like being. I actually remember vividly like the setup of the club, where I was standing. Like that's how traumatized I was by you. Like I remember all of my interactions with you.
You were traumatized by me?
Bro,
Shut up. No way.
where did I see you again? Yeah, like that's crazy. I saw you again somewhere. I saw you again in Israel years later. But I always was a bit, there was like this shroud around you. I was always a bit like, even on the island when I first saw you, I was a bit like, fuck, like I had like it was like bully trauma, but you didn't bully me, you know?
Nah, bro, but like why but now that you know me,
Yeah,
like
no, completely.
now
Like, when
now
I was just thinking of that memory that I had.
but that's called like you were judging me.
Yeah, probably.
You were judging me.
Yeah.
Because of the way I look.
Well, I was probably just a bit jealous too. Like you're fucking like you had the mic, were doing this stuff, and I was probably just thinking like, fuck, I want to have the mic.
Well, isn't that like interesting where you like think about stuff like that where you're saying that you were a little bit jealous, and then when I'm thinking about my life, sometimes I'm not like 100% content, right? But then somebody else would be like, "Oh, I really want this guy's life."
Yeah.
No, I would really if I was doing that. No, I'm not saying that you want my life, but just generally
Yeah, it
like
was more like you were the center, you were the DJ, you were the fucking life of the party, and it was like
Mhm.
I don't know, like that was kind of like sick.
I'm like a hermit now, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
But when
not
I think about you
I'm not
then
like that
and you
anymore.
now, like it's different people. Like
Yeah.
I just remember that memory when I saw you another time when I came back to Israel, and even every time I saw you on like Spotify, it was always like this fucking like I felt like I was still in that moment when I knew you then. Like I always just kind of assumed you're that same guy.
Well, good thing you got to know me.
And I saw you on the island drive past once, and then I was like to my friend, "Fuck, I should go speak to him."
I'm happy you spoke to me.
Thinking like get my foot in the door because I work
Yeah.
in the industry. Like he might like me now because I've got some value, which he likes me more for other
I
things
think
as well.
I only like him because of his value
Yeah,
in the music industry.
no value as of yet.
Yeah.
Haven't even done his website. And yeah, no, here we are,
Yeah. I'm happy that
trauma quashed.
I'm happy that you came to talk to me at the Tinder gym,
Yeah, we
Santiva.
got to thank Yaron, who you don't remember,
Who the fuck
the
is
guy that
Yaron?
brought me to your house
I have no idea who
in
that is.
Israel, to your penthouse suite.
It was
Wow, I
definitely.
remember what the house looked like. I remember the studio and the dude. I remember
I
it
had a
so
studio in the
vividly.
house. Did you come when I lived with Muhammad?
I think so.
When it was
I
like,
think the studio was in the house. I could see it. I'm pretty sure, unless I remember the studio from videos and then I mixed the two. But I think you had
it
a
wasn't
studio
like a
in the house.
studio. It was like
You had
a,
like a little outside balcony. I think it was top level.
yeah. I had
Your
two houses
door.
like that.
Sorry. Well, yeah, I don't know.
But
9 years
anyways,
ago.
yeah. So then you came to the one with Muhammad. He has a baby now. He's married and he has a baby.
Congrats, Mohammed.
Yeah. Love you, bro.
Say hi to
Um,
Mohammed Jr.
yeah, man. I mean, I'm happy that you came back into my life. I mean, I didn't even remember you, if I'm being honest.
Of
Like,
course, bro.
you know, if I'm being very
I was
honest,
less poignant.
I didn't remember you, but now that we reconnected and started to chill and like it took some time, like, in the beginning, we like you spoke with me and then like we said we were gonna meet, you came for a dinner and then, it's like we didn't open up to each other so much. But I think now we're at the point where like,
Yeah.
I mean, we're sitting in my studio recording a podcast.
Yeah.
So I think we've come pretty far in the past couple of months.
Yeah, time
High
flies.
five! That
I
was
didn't know if
horrible.
you
We
were,
had
I
to
didn't
get
know.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to try to kiss me. I was a bit worried. Um, yeah, no,
We're not. We haven't gone that far yet.
but it's good. I think it like kind of works too, because like, yeah,
Just works.
this the industry as well. Like our work,
Well, I mean, you are, if I'm being honest, like when you told me that you're managing Patrice and Miss Salome, is that how you say his name?
Mace,
Miss Salome. Salome?
I don't know, Salome,
I call him Miss Salome.
Mace
That's
Salome,
how I would call him.
Mace
But
Salome,
anyways, like
Mace Salome.
these guys are some of the artists that I look up to, like really look up to. It's not the Animas and the Tale of Us and these guys. It's the guys who are really doing this from a different perspective, a different point of view, in my opinion. Um, and that for me is like, wow, like we met at a time when we were both different people. I was a very different person than I am now. I was playing EDM and trance and hip hop, and we both grew into this direction of being in the same industry, not the same industry, but in the same part of the industry.
Yeah,
Um, you
same
know,
sphere.
you're working with artists that I look up to, and I'm in that direction of that style of music, and so it wouldn't be so far fetched for you to manage me or for your team to even pick me up at some point. If I,
Nice.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like,
No,
yeah.
I get it. It's also good because I can, like even as I'm doing now, like as a friend, like I can offer insight
Hmm.
as I learn.
Yeah, which
Because
is
I'm
great for
aware
me.
that I've got a lot to learn. Because when I watch my boss, Lex, go at it,
Does he like whip you? Tell you like
no, he
what to
doesn't
do?
whip me.
Okay.
Yeah, he's very serious sometimes, but he's really like, you can tell he's been just doing it for so long.
Hmm.
Like he's so confident in. For me, it's crazy because when I first started, bro, you're scared, like this world is like elusive.
Hmm.
Like, like it's kind of like, when like you get like your friends get you free tickets or backstage, there's that feeling of like, oh, this is cool.
Hmm.
There's like there's this shroud over it. And now all of a sudden, like I remember, for example, like I was a big fan of Colin. So when I got the opportunity for this job, I was really, really fucking excited, but to be frank, shitting myself. And I remember I met the guys and got the opportunity, and then at ADE, which was the first month I started, October 2023. Um, he was doing like he was launching his Unfiltered series, which I'm not sure if you've seen it. It's like a vlog YouTube style series of Colin's like a tour that he did, like eight, I think it's like 12
I haven't
episodes.
seen it. No.
But he did like a screening on ADE. We invited like all these friends, family, like music executives, and that was like my first time meeting Colin, meeting a lot of people. And I remember there was like some decks set up and some speakers for the next event that was in that room. And my boss was like, "Oh, if you've got a USB, if you want, you can jump on." And everyone was in that room after the screening, and I was like, "Okay, fuck." But there was no headphones, and that's fine. I don't need headphones to mix. You bring it in and you fix it up. And I remember like as there was like 1 minute left on the song, and as I was about to mix, Colin walks over to speak to me for the first time. And like at this point in my career, like when I meet a like a big DJ, I remember like I was like he was talking to me and I was like, and then also like I was DJing in front of him, which was also felt crazy. And then like the thing was flashing, so the song was coming to an end while we were talking. So I was having like an internal fucking crisis. And I remember he was speaking to me, and I was just like, yeah, yeah, great. I'm a really big fan of yours. Like I didn't know how to speak. And then like everyone, when I first met Baswerda for the first time at that event or something, you, I was actually at Colin's house for a pre-drinks before Gas Howder in for Awakenings, and I was speaking to Baswerda, and like I remember I just didn't know how to fucking speak
Hmm.
because you feel like you need to I need to say the right thing, be a certain way.
Yeah, you want to come off in a story. You do want people to like you.
Yeah.
I
I don't know
understand that.
how, yeah, but it takes off the shroud eventually. And then by the end, I was just meeting bigger artists like the Art Bat guys, all these guys, and all of a sudden they've just become like normal people. I
But they
can just
are all
speak. Yeah,
normal
they are
people.
normal.
You know, like I've met a lot of big artists, and they're just normal people,
Yeah,
bro, with problems just like us, and
yeah,
feelings and emotions,
yeah.
and you know.
Well, what broke it down for me is like I'd meet a guy, I'd be talking to him, backstage or wherever, and then at the end of the night, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, let's exchange instas," and then I'd see like, "Oh, this guy's a massive artist,"
Hmm.
and then that kind of humanized it for me. Like, see, if you don't know who they are,
Hmm.
and I don't know how where this what I'm talking about came from,
It doesn't matter.
but yeah,
Came from the DAW.
the door, yeah. I was talking about my boss. Yeah, he's just yeah, don't treat it like on this pedestal. Like if he doesn't like something, he'll tell them.
Hmm.
And in the beginning, I'd see that I'm like, bro, you're telling one of the biggest labels in the world like you don't like this, or like you're telling one of the biggest events in the world you really don't like this. This looks shit.
But
This
that's what
thing in the
makes him good at what
graphic.
he does.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
remember thinking like, oh my god, don't you have to be nice to these people? Like they give you the best. Or watching Patrice interact with these people, it's like he's the power. Because I come from a world where like the booker is the power
Hmm.
and the DJ is the simp.
Nah,
And in
but it's
this
not like
world,
that.
the artist has the power
Hmm.
most of the time. And watching Patrice interact with these promoters and stuff, I was like, bro, he's just like it was like fuck, all right. He knows that he's the worth.
Hmm. I mean, that's what makes you powerful in this industry,
Yeah.
when you know your worth. And a lot of people struggle with that. You know, a lot of people, also me, like, I'm not a huge artist. I wouldn't even say that I'm definitely not a class A artist. Is that what you say? Class
I
A?
don't know how it
But
works.
I'm up there in the mid range, I think. And when you if you don't believe in yourself, people ask me also, like, how did you get to where you are right now? And I'm really proud of you, or look where you are 5 years ago, or whatever. If you don't believe in yourself and you have imposter syndrome, which all of us suffer from or have suffered from, um, then how can you be a powerful person, and go places, if you don't believe in your power, or
Yeah.
embody your power? So it is important to just simply believe in yourself in this industry, and believe in your worth and know your worth. And if somebody's like, hey, I'll pay you, I just got a gig offer in Hong Kong, actually, and I declined it because they were like, yeah, we'll pay this. And I'm like, no, that's not enough for me. Like, I'm
Yeah.
worth more than that. So, it's good to say no. It's good to know your worth and be powerful, and say no sometimes also, and do what you think is good for you. I could sit in the studio and make a track and make more money from that track than I will from going to play this gig in Hong Kong, you know, so.
Yeah. I guess it's just like a balancing, like an outgoing respect within like an incoming self-worth as
Mhm.
well. Because obviously, you know, there's other factors at play with certain gigs and stuff like that. So it's just, yeah.
There's an artist actually, I was, if I'm being honest, I was suffering from imposter syndrome a couple of years ago. And I was speaking to a really good friend of mine. His name is Ryan Murgatroyd. He's a great artist, great producer. He taught me a lot. And you know what he said to me? He said, it was something like, if you don't have imposter syndrome, you're probably an imposter, you
If you
know?
don't have
Like
imposter
if you don't
syndrome.
suffer at some point in your career, if you don't
Yeah.
suffer from imposter syndrome, you're
Because
probably an
then you're probably
imposter.
not successful.
Well, anyways,
What's his
uh,
last name? Sorry, that.
Murgatroyd, South African DJ, Ryan Murgatroyd.
All right.
So he said that, and I was like, fuck, like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like, I think everybody, most people as artists, you know, kind of struggle from that, like, imposter-ish syndrome of feeling like unworthy or whatever in you know some point in their career. And yeah, I felt like that, and then I started to like really. He was like telling me, no, you need to like, what is the difference between you and one of the top guys? And you know what he told me? He said the difference is that they believe that they deserve what they got,
Yeah.
right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start really getting into my power and believing that I deserve what I got because I do, and hustling and continue to fucking, you know, push the limits on whether it's the music production or my label or my gigs and take
Don't
risks,
forget your TikTok dances.
my TikTok dances,
But yeah, I understand what you
you
mean.
know, and take risks in everything. I also posted something the other day. It was like, if a DJ who doesn't take risks is just a playlist.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool too, you know. So anyways, the point is that I came into my power, and I really feel like I'm in a good direction right now. I'm really rocking it. I met you, you know, you really are pushing me up also in this direction that I like to be in, and you know, you have some good contacts in the industry that can potentially help me out at some point. And and yeah, so for all you DJs out there who are doubtful and unsure and
Quit.
uncertain,
Oh, sorry. I think that's just going a different direction.
believe in yourselves, empower yourselves, and keep rocking it. You know, just move forward. There's always going to be like, you know how many labels I have sent my music to that said no?
Yeah.
Like,
And the thing with labels is like they're also, I think, becoming more and more dead, like less
yeah, it's
value.
true. It's true.
Because now you can get your, because the idea of labels in the past was like they can get your music out to everyone.
Yeah, now you can do
And
it
now you can do it
yourself.
yourself.
But like,
Obviously, they have connections with publishing and stuff like that. So that's important.
you
But
know, you know, Umek, this techno artist, he like made a video and he was like, don't get so down on yourselves. Like I waited 9 years to sign on drum code and 9 years of trying to sign on drum code. And eventually he got signed to drum code, you know,
yeah,
9 years, bro, you know?
since I met you, he's been fucking trying to get signed to drum code.
Yeah. So the point is that like, just because a label does not accept your music doesn't mean it's not good. Just because a label does not accept your music doesn't mean you're not a good producer. There's many factors for that. Maybe, you know, this day and age, you don't have enough followers on social media, on Spotify. I just signed to a label a couple of weeks ago. I'm not going to say the name, but yeah. And they said, Aaron, in order for this release to be a little bit more worth it for us, we need to find a remixer with more Spotify listeners, you know? And like, does that mean that my music isn't good? No. It just means that my social media presence isn't as up there as some labels would like to release, right?
Yeah,
So, you know, it doesn't mean you're a bad producer, it doesn't mean you're a bad musician, it
because for
doesn't
them it's
mean,
an investment as
yeah,
well.
they
They've got to
invest,
put money into it.
of
It's
course. And I have
expensive.
a label too, and I understand that. Like, I obviously would like to sign artists with a bit larger social media presence. I get it. I don't agree with it necessarily, but I get it. And I also sign artists with zero social media presence, you know, just because I like the music. So,
Well, I think it's a balance. It's probably like there's middle ground, and then it's like good music, social media, and you
yeah,
got to
yeah.
balance it. Because I think if like if some random guy who's never made a like he's got no profile, nothing, puts out an absolute banger that just fucking crushes it, people will sign it. People want to sign it. So it's just like, I think it's there's a balance there, you know?
Hmm.
Maybe that's something to like worth looking into, something that like is not necessarily for you, but for me to understand is like I guess there's maths behind it. Like this track is this level of good. Like if you can scale a song, like say you could like get it reviewed and like, okay, this is a 7 out of 10 song. 7 out of 10 song usually return this amount. This amount is usually generated by this many plays, and this many
Hmm.
plays is usually linked to this many views, this many
Hmm.
that. You can probably, as a science, which you would do if you're a good business, work out um, what is how something needs to be packaged, and then also what level of music you need to be taking.
Hmm.
Because like maybe this song's a banger, but like if it's gonna lose me money, even ten
Yeah.
dollars, what's the point?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it as from a business perspective, yeah. Which is actually a little bit also like sad, kind of, because yeah, this is a business in the end of the day for everybody, you know, artists, for labels. But then what happens to that great music that doesn't get signed or doesn't get put out to the world? Because
Self-release.
yeah, but a lot of artists don't do that, you know. And there's 70,000 tracks that are released every day now.
Yeah,
Now there's probably another 70,000 that are not released
yeah,
every day,
probably
right?
more.
And they're probably, yeah, probably more, and they're probably better than what's being released,
Yeah.
you know. So
So that asks the question, like,
who came first, the chicken or the egg?
where's the solution? But what if there was like some sort of platform where people like upload their music? It's like imagine it like kind of like a SoundCloud, and things like Reddit get like upvotes and downvotes, and then
Hmm.
like labels could cherry pick and message artists.
That's a good
But
idea.
the thing is, like, people want exclusivity. There's also like there's like the problem with stealing.
It's like sampling,
What
you
if
mean?
like the only way you can get in is like you're verified? Like you have to be a verified person in the industry, or like
It sounds like a really good business idea, actually.
you didn't hear it here. But
It's
you know what I mean? Because what if we were like, what if labels had the opportunity? Because at the moment, like if you're a small artist and you have a banger, you're probably not going to get that through to the ears of Afterlife.
yeah.
But this way, enough people hear it, they vote it up.
Actually,
Then Afterlife, rather than picking an artist, they can pick, fuck, these songs perform.
yeah, that's a really good idea, actually. And then that kind of, instead of like you can also send you have ways to send demos to labels, but then part of that being an A&R for the label would be like one of the responsibilities would be to go to this website and listen to, you know, the tracks that have been uploaded. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
The
And be like, oh, we
question
want.
is the top 10, top 20 in like drum code sound or techno just going to be top producers? Or there
Well,
has to be like
maybe,
categories,
maybe,
maybe.
yeah, maybe it needs to be categorized in a way where like the top producers cannot even get into that. You know, this is for artists, this is for up and coming artists. So it's maybe like a certain amount
Yeah.
of followers you have on
But then
your
becomes
social.
the problem like how much fucking ghosted music is on there. And
Yeah.
that's another problem. Maybe everyone's got to sit
But
down for
bro,
like
I
a
mean,
fucking test,
I
like a
mean,
compressor test.
a lot of
I
people,
guess it doesn't matter to labels
a
about
lot of people
ghosts.
ghost, like even the top guys,
Yeah.
you know, which is like, in my opinion, I don't like that. Like you know, you see me and how I work, and I love to make music. So I don't want a ghost, you know, I don't want somebody to make my music for me. But everybody does it, you
Yeah.
know? So like if the guys at the top of the top are doing it, I mean, we could probably like we could say something like, let's say we started this idea actually. We could say no ghosting allowed, and if we figured out that it was a ghost production or whatever, then like they would be canceled or would be canceled. But
Yeah. But do the labels even care? I don't think they
we could also
do.
vet, probably not, but
It's
we could.
more just like you need thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, maybe even like millions is ideal, but hundreds of thousands of people listening and voting on tracks that they like. Like at the moment, people
Yeah, but
listen
that
to
takes
tracks and
time to
make
grow, bro.
playlists.
Like there's
Yeah.
like think about how many DJs are out there and
So
producers are
what's the
out there.
incentive for like a normal person to go listen to tracks? And then it's also like, oh, well, let's get 1,000 of my friends to like vote this up.
Mm. I mean, yeah, we have to find some incentive, right? Maybe it wouldn't be like upvoting it. Maybe it would just be like for example, we of the owners of the platform say, okay, this is a great track. right? And we put it in a certain folder where the labels can kind of listen to it, you know, like so it's still unreleased, it's still
Or
not
how
out to the
about
public.
everyone that upvoted the track, they get signed. You like would like say like 10,000 people upvoted this song, then it gets signed to say drum code.
And they get like a free download.
No, I was gonna say like they actually get a fucking like small percentage royalty cut.
Yeah, but it's such a small percentage that like
No,
people
but 10 people they could get like 2% each.
digital sales are so low now, it wouldn't make sense. It would be better to just give them a free copy of the track.
Yeah, you think that's more incentive than like you get to win a royal, like you could have the next banger on your hands. Like if you upvote the right song, it's like the lottery. Like what if you get Fisher losing it? Like 2%, maybe like 50 grand, you know? That could be the incentive.
We
People
could
love a
we could
fucking gamble. People spend $50 a week on a fucking lottery ticket. They got like a 1 in 10 million. Dude, this is way better odds.
Yeah. All right. We
And
can
they
try
get to
that.
listen to new, all unreleased music. But then the problem is it's not hot anymore. Maybe it's
But yeah,
excerpts.
you see the
Maybe
thing.
it's a 2 minute clip from each song. It's not a full song. It's the
Yeah, I
like
mean, we could think about it. Maybe we could discuss this in the next episode a little bit more after we've
the
thought
next
about it.
episode. Ding
Yeah.
ding.
So yeah, we have to stop because I have to,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
11:30. It's 11:15 right now.
All right.
To
What's at
pick up, I have to
11:30?
help a friend move some stuff.
All right.
Yeah,
Friend. Move some stuff.
not really. I have to help a friend move some stuff. But I think that was a great
All right.
episode.
Foot in the door.
Foot in the door,
Episode 1.
episode 1. We love you.
Let's hope these mics worked. All right.